Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. What a test match we have on our hands. It's the end of day four. Australia 107 for three. They need 174 runs to win this test match. England needs 7 wickets. And it looked like Australia got off to the perfect start in this chase. But then Stuart Broad with an incredible spell picked up the wicket of Marnus and of Steve Smith. Incredible spell of bowling. He got the ball to move, got the ball to swing. Incredible bowling from Stuart Broad. He lifted the whole place. You could see the crowd and everybody was just going wild. It was a really good spell, and some hope now for England. I still feel Australia have the noses in front, probably 60-40 in their favor. But the fact is, Labuschagne, Warner, and Smith, these three big players are in the shed. Yes, there's Khwaja still batting. His strike rate is starting to decline. Boland, I mean, he did a fantastic job. आज मैं समझा कि भाई ने out हो जाएगा. There'll be 4 down, and tomorrow Travis Head will have to start under pressure. But I think Boland has done a really good job. That was a crucial contribution from him tonight. And he'll come up tomorrow. Whatever runs he can get, it's always going to be a bonus. But उसके बाद आपके पास Travis Head, Cameron Green, and Alex Kidd. You still have 3 really good batsmen. The only thing is that there will be spells like the way Broad bowled today, and if Australia lose 3-4 wickets there and the wicket of Khwaja, it puts them under a lot of pressure. Moeen Ali's situation as well, we have to keep monitoring that. He has a injury on his spinning finger, unfortunately, and this happened to him 2-3 years ago. Abibi, it's reoccurring. And this happens because of the pronounced seam. He tried that drying substance or whatever. Like, he got banned from that yesterday, and clearly he's in discomfort. Agar Moeen Ali fully fit tha, I would still back England to win this game. They have to figure out the Moeen Ali situation. Then Joe Root as well, who can bowl, but it's not on that level of a Nathan Lyon. Moeen Ali himself is not on Nathan Lyon's level, and then on top of that, if he's injured, it causes some problems for England. But they have momentum on their side. They have Stuart Broad on their side. I think the way he bowled today, incredible. Ekdam se jo last session, my last ghante mein jo bowling kara, he got the ball to nip in very nicely, got the ball to shape away as well, and he was on fire. Jimmy Anderson not up to the mark right now. I think England needs something from him tomorrow early morning. If he can pick up a couple of wickets, it'll really leave them in good stead. Robinson, I felt he bowled pretty well. Started off with a couple of maidens and picked up the wicket of Warner. So unhe bhi acha bowling kara. If you see start of the day, England again, got off to a good start playing aggressive cricket, but you could say again too aggressive. The way they Root, the way he got out, the way Harry Brook got out. Bairstow's shot was a bit unnecessary, and those are the side effects of baseball, you can say, but they're not going to change the way they're going to play. They're going to continue like that. You can also say that because of their intent, they scored 120 runs in that first session. But just the way, Jimmy, Broad, and Robinson batted, it just felt that, England could have got to 300 if their top order or middle order contributed a bit more, played a bit more sensible. Short selection, agar thodi aur se better thi, to England would have got to like maybe 320, 330. Also, you can argue that pehle din pe jo declaration hua, if they continue to bat, could have added another 20-30 runs and we'd have a different total on our hands. But those are ifs and buts. Right now, the target is 281. It's one less than 2005, that famous test match at Edgbaston where Harmison got the wicket of Kasperwich fending on the leg stump. So we still have a game in hand. England still can win this. It's not over yet. We'll talk about the ifs and buts after tomorrow. But right now, the game is poised. It looks like it's going to go down to the wire. England need wickets. Australia need runs. I think the morning session, of course, we all know it's going to be key. There's going to be a bit of rain around. That could change the way the game is played as well. It could put England in the front seat. If it's overcast after the rain break or whatever, and the ball starts to seam and move, it'll put a lot of pressure on Australia. भैया क्या टेस्ट मैच है बॉस. Ibrahim bhai, I am 100% with you, man. This is incredible cricket. I absolutely love it. Yes, there are mistakes that both teams are making. There are issues in shot selection. There's some bad balls, but it just makes for proper theater. It's like watching in the cinema. I don't know what it is, but it is incredible, man. I just really enjoying this test match. Sarabhai Broad was relentless and always putting pressure on Smith. Didn't let him take singles and got to the non-striker end. He made him play post stroke and got an awesome spell by Broad. The setup was fantastic, Nitesh. But I completely agree with you. Just a couple of balls before, there was a close shave there as well. I think it hit his bat. They appealed for LBW, where it hit his bat and just dropped below. Just short of Johnny Bairstow. And then a couple balls later, he got the nick. So I think it was a brilliant setup. The way Broad bowled, it was relentless. It was outstanding. Me, myself, I'm like, in a pace, nahi generate kar sakta compared to like Cummins and these guys. But man, the way he bowled today just changed my mind about Stuart Broad. He is outstanding, world-class bowler, relentless. And yes, Jimmy Anderson is not in the greatest of forms, but with the way Broad is bowling, England still have a good chance tomorrow. I still feel Australia, like I said, have the advantage. Magar kal kuch bhi ho sakta. What's up, Hamzu? Perfect day 5 in store, man. Yes, and it's been an incredible test match so far. I think it's been both teams going up and down, and right now I still feel Australia are sort of in front, but that last spell from Broad really boosted England. And in test match cricket, there could be a spell where Jimmy Anderson comes in the morning, picks up a couple of wickets, and suddenly Australia are 5 down. They need 150 runs, and then it changes the whole complexion of the game. And that's why test cricket, you have to have patience. You can't give up. You got to keep going. And the main thing is, look, they've got Smith and Labuschagne out. And look, both Chikate, yes, Khwaja is batting outstandingly well, and they have to get his wicket. But England need to look at the positive. The positives are 3 top batsmen are in the shed, and they can put pressure on Khwaja by getting the other guys out and then getting Khwaja as well. Day 5, chasing anything above 250 is tricky. Yes, and like people will come and say that England chased 380 against India and Edgbaston last year, same ground. But the pitch was different there. It was more flatter. It wasn't the variable. There was not much turn. There was not much variable bounce. And it was much better to bat on day 4, day 5. Yampe, it's still a good wicket, but it's not that easy. Like we saw suddenly the spell of Broad, the ball moving around, bounce, thoda sa variable. We didn't see that last year. So I think I agree with Hamzo that 250 ke upar mushkil rehta chase, but Australia still have the resources. Don't forget Cameron Green, Alex Carey. These guys are going to be underrated. Travis Head, we know he can play the perfect counter-attacking innings. But when Travis Head comes in, it gives England the opportunity also, right? Because he will play shots, that will give you chances too. And we've seen that short ball tactic employed against him. He has struggled a bit with the short ball, and I'm sure that England will try that also. So yeah, it's going to be a really good contest. Broad, living legend of Test cricket, man. Incredible. I think the way he bowled was outstanding. I was really impressed by that spell. It lifted the whole crowd. It lifted everybody, and it brings England back into the game, right? If Australia finishes the day 100 for 0 as compared to 104 for 3, both zameen asman ka farak hai. Maybe not zameen asman ka farak, but farak bahut hai. Sheikh, thoughts on Moeen Ali's bowling? I'll be very honest with you. I thought that Moeen Ali bowled well in the first innings. That ball he bowled to Cameron Green was outstanding. He's going to get a hit. He's coming out of retirement. It's been 2 years. I think he bowled decently well, but now he has an injury, and that is the problem. Sorry about that. That's affecting the turn that he's getting. That's affecting his line in length. You can see every time that on his spinning finger, he keeps looking at it. He keeps trying to massage it. Yesterday, he used that drying agent, which he got banned from. Problem ye hai ki he is not fully fit, and that is going to be a problem tomorrow because a fit Moeen Ali, even though he's not on Lions level or anything like that, he would have caused problems for Australia tomorrow. I don't know how many overs he's going to bowl tomorrow. That's going to be an issue. I felt today also he started well, a couple of overs, but after that, whatever painkillers he took or whatever, I'm sure that dies down a bit and that injury starts to recur again. This had happened to him 2-3 years ago, and that's why part of the reasons why he quit Test cricket. And the issue is, he mentioned it in an interview, that the pronounced seam of the Duke's ball kind of reinforces that injury at times. And he's bowling he bowled 30 overs in the first innings. They need him to bowl again in this innings, but ab dekhenge kya hota. Broad is the bowler. I hoped Ishant Sharma would become tall pace, bouncy front on action, hit the length type bowlers. Absolutely what is Moeen Ali exactly? A bowling all rounder like Jadeja or batting all rounder like Stokes? I think that's a very good question. I generally used to consider him as a batting order all rounder, but in this game he's playing as a bowling all rounder. He's playing as a bowler, the main spinner. The problem is that he's injured right now, so I don't think he can bowl those long spells, and he will struggle. We saw him even after I think just 40 minutes, just before the Labuschagne wicket or the Steve Smith wicket. He went out. Yeah, I think it was after the Labuschagne wicket, just before the Steve Smith wicket. He went out and into the dressing room, and I don't know what happened. Probably got something stitched up or anything, and then came back. तो मोइन अली के साथ इंजरी का issue है अभी, and that is going to be a problem tomorrow also. Joe Root bowled a couple of overs today as well. He might have to bowl more tomorrow, but if it was a fit Moin Ali on this track, I think he would have been effective, because that ball he bowled to Cameron Green gives me a lot of confidence that this guy can turn the ball and he can be effective. Yes, he's not on the level of Nathan Lyon, but he can be effective. And you just need a couple of wickets here and there. Then your fast bowlers can also do the rest, right? And that is going to be the key factor tomorrow. Moin Ali's fitness. Is he going to be fully fit? Will he be able to bowl? How is that injury going? That's what England will have to monitor. But despite all that, I think they've gotten themselves back into the game. They have a good shout now. They have to keep applying that pressure. I think Stokes again. Doing different things with the field. If you saw today when Moin Ali was bowling, he kept himself right behind the bowler, right behind the umpire. Something different with Usman Khwaja. There was the umbrella field again, and yeah, they're trying different things. Soon as they saw Labuschagne in the beginning, almost hit one to short leg. They bought in a leg slip as well. He is a bit reactive, but at the same time, he's finding different ways to try and pick up wickets. And that kind of also plays with the batsman's mind, right? They also have to be aware, bhai, acha field yahan ho raha hai, ya fielder are bhajan wo fielder udhar kyun hai? So it's that as well. You have to think of it that way. I'm just saying Lyon underrated is in some of the great spinner convos, especially in the modern era. His record is amazing, more wickets than Ashwin in Test cricket. In my opinion, Lyon is the best off spinner in the world. Like, he's the best off spinner in the world, period. And you can, I mean, of all time, we can have a different argument, but this in the last 6-7 years, there's no better bowler than Nathan Lyon. Since 2015-16 Lelo, he can turn the ball in England, in Australia, in India, in all conditions. He's more effective than Ashwin in England. In Australia, yeah, Ashwin was effective in one series or two, but it's Lyon who's much more effective. He can in South Africa, he's picked up wickets everywhere, and for me, he's the best off spinner in the world, best spinner in the world, without a doubt. Nathan Lyon, and I've had this opinion for the last 4 years, since the last Ashes, because last Ashes also. He was amazing. वो like रन आउट मिस कर दिया स्टोक्स का, नहीं तो वो लीड्स का मैच जो incredible innings था वो भी like जीत जाते थे ऑस्ट्रेलिया. And in that also he bowled pretty well despite Stokes getting the better of him on occasions. He was hitting him for sixes, but also remember he got Stokes plumb, but they didn't have a review. So yeah, man, Nathan Lyon is an outstanding bowler. I think world class. Again, you see on a flat pitch, he picked up 4 wickets in the first innings, and then second innings again he picked up 4 wickets. I think, right? So he's an incredible bowler. 8 wickets in the Test match in England on the first Test match, and it's June right now. It's not even July, August. It's not even August, September, where the pitches start to dry up and a conducive to turn. It's not turning as much as what will happen in August. So if he's already getting the ball to turn and pick up wickets, it's a big thing from Nathan Lyon. तो मेरे हिसाब से उन्हें बहुत टॉप क्लास है. For Australia tomorrow, first thing in the morning, it's about trying to get as many runs as they can from Boland. I think he'll have more of a free hit kind of thing. He might be able to frustrate England the way I think Robinson frustrated Australia today. I think Robinson batted really well. Both innings, both zabardast batting kara उन्हें. It allowed England to get to 280. Remember, when they lost, I think Stokes, the lead was only 215, 220 around that mark. The last 3 wickets, they put up like 60, 70 good runs, and that's going to give England that extra cushion that will allow them to attack a bit more tomorrow than per se if they were defending 220, 230. So same thing with Australia, Boland, and then the tail, if they do come in, it's about frustrating England, trying to make it difficult for them. For England, it's about picking up wickets. They have to be a bit careful because yes, you want aggressive fields, you want to pick up wickets, but at the same time, if you leak too many runs, it takes Australia closer and closer and makes your life a bit more difficult. So they have to get their field placement strategies a bit more spot on, and the bowlers have to back the plans as well of the captain and everything. तो मेरे हिसाब से बहुत जबरदस्त मैच होने वाला है कल. Make sure you do tune in because it's going to be really good stuff. A word on Australia as well in terms of their bowling. I think yes, in the end, थोड़ा सा frustrate हो गए थे, but in general, it was a pretty good bowling effort by the Aussies. Pat Cummins picking up 4 wickets, Nathan Lyon 4 wickets, Hazelwood and Boland also with a wicket each. Poland's have been has been a bit more expensive, and that's I think because उन्हें एक line length डाल रहा उन लोग उसको they're trying to mess with that, and England are playing innovative shots and putting him under pressure. So you have to give credit to England there as well, and I'm sure Boland will learn from the next thing. Will Warner get dropped in the second test? I'll be honest with you, I felt that Warner was decent in both innings, but he didn't capitalize, and maybe his place gets under scrutiny because on a pitch like this, you expect Warner to score runs, and he can be the deciding factor. I think Warner would have been more dangerous than even Khwaja if he kept batting, continued to bat, because mere hisab se he can score at a quicker rate as well and play more attacking shots. Yes, sir.
Sarji.
Test cricket, you beauty. How are you doing?
Test cricket, you're pretty. But if I was in England right now, I was a little bit worried towards the end, just before the end, maybe when Khwaja and Warner were going together. मेरी तो फट गई थी, मैं समझा चलेगा इंग्लैंड का.
Are you
But then
supporting
suddenly,
England or?
I'm neutral right now. जो जीता मेरे ऊपर है.
So as a neutral, how good is this game?
It's amazing. I mean, there are two ways of cricket, right? एक baseball और एक ये conventional method जो बोले, it's I think कभी इसके फेवर में जा रहा कभी उसके फेवर में जा रहा. देखने में मजा वो है कि भाई who's going to win at the end of the day. Stokes was a bit worried. I mean, no matter how he portrays himself, you could have seen him when Khwaja and Warner were going. They were 60 for no loss. He was thinking. He had a lot. He started doing new things. That's what I like. Experimenting. Came right behind Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
On I think it was long.
That's what my dad used to field in Chabutra.
Yeah. So that was like then Khwaja asking him, "Tara bhai hato, meko dikh raha nahi." And then even the umpire like I can't ask him to move. It was like he just tried to get in their head. But yeah, Stuart Broad again, first innings for England's bowling as well. He was sensational. 3 wickets. Crucial. He broke it, man. Like आज भी on Smith or Labuschagne, and I told you Labuschagne is looking shaky, man.
Yeah.
This guy's not looking the greatest in touch. I mean, Australia is different for him. Maybe he's more acclimatized, but in England he doesn't look that way that confident. He takes a lot of time to settle down, is what I've realized. He's not as like a Smith maybe, or Smith maybe also does take time, but you can still see when a century is coming for Smith usually. But
Smith, I mean, both of them have poor test matches
Yeah.
so both batters I think have been very disappointing. Both him and Abhishek, and they expect a lot from both of them.
Scott Boland on the contrary, both confident दिखाया है, like his
Uh-huh.
shot because of his height also. I think the short ball was not like really bothering him, but he came out, he hit, I think he hit a boundary as well. He looked very Khwaja again, same. It doesn't look like he got out in the last innings. Same touch, same level of concentration. He was going amazing with David Warner, and David Warner thoda again, outside off stump, literally just like a very very slight snick, and he was back in the dugout. Warner was on his way. He was playing a bit of a semi-baseball kind of innings.
Yeah.
थोड़े folds बहुत अच्छे थे उसके.
उन्हें कड़क अच्छा खेल रहा था, so that's why I don't think they'll drop him in the next test
They
match.
won't drop him. They won't
But
drop him.
he should have capitalized a bit more, especially the situation that he's been in. He got a start. He didn't get out to Broad in the first few overs, so I think he should have just capitalized, continued to bat on. But
I don't think he's going to get dropped, because also I think there's no one more upset than him, because given his stance right now in cricket, he knows he's on the brink of an end, and he would have wanted, and it looked like he was getting a 50 at least minimum again. It looked like a 50. It doesn't look like a Warner that we saw in India, a Warner that we saw in the IPL. Shaky nahi dikha. He looked much confident in his stroke. Fielding, so he's always an asset to have in the field. But I think he won't get dropped. Marcus Harris, अब देखना, if Australia lose this, do they go in a different way? But right now it looks like Australia is still well relaxed where they are. Boland and Khwaja jita diya, तो then another thing coming.
मगर यही है, like कल कुछ भी हो सकता है. I think 60-40 ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फेवर में है, because
Yeah.
Khwaja is there. Then you have Alex Carey, like Nihal said. Then you have Cameron Green to come. Travis Head as well hasn't come yet. He's been in outstanding form. But that's the thing. What we've noticed in this test match is that when one team is going up, like Australia today, were like probably it was going to be their day, and then suddenly Stuart Broad comes up with that spell. So that is something that can happen tomorrow as well. And one more thing is that it might rain tomorrow, Fez. I don't know if you can check the forecast. If that happens, that changes the the whole complexion. You saw what happened yesterday. थोड़ा सा अबर आता, पूरा ball घूमना शुरू हो जाता. The bowlers have their tails up and the batsmen start to struggle. So that can also be a factor. Remember, we're playing in England. Yes, it's going to be a 50 wicket, but on top of that, if the overcast overhead conditions change and go into the bowler's favor, then England suddenly can get Australia 160 for 6. फिर क्या बोल रहे हैं? फिर आप इंग्लैंड को favorites डालने वाले हैं, right? So यही
Yeah.
situation है. So that's why it makes it a fascinating day 5. That's like so many factors to look at.
Yeah, 100% factors both, and also the fact that bhai, they have Poland, and as soon as Poland gets out, Australia is going to be under pressure. Like that's what a lot of people were saying.
Why, bro? He's just a night watchman.
Night watchman, by wicket will play on your mind. आप कौन भी captain रहे तो कोई
But in
wicket
my
जाती,
the way I look at it,
you
for
have
bowling
it coming. You have it coming 100%. I get that fact, but a wicket and then the conditions आपको समझ में आता है, अरे पिंडे में मिलने वाले बोल के. So that's something
the
I'm
way I
just
look
looking
at
forward
it,
to.
Boland did his job. Now, whatever he
Yeah,
gets, every run will frustrate
additional.
England.
Yeah.
For Australia, if he gets out first ball tomorrow, also I don't think it's a big deal. That's how I look at it, because he did what his job was कि भाई आज निकालो भाई 13 रन भी मार दिया और उसके ऊपर 100
Yeah,
के ऊपर
क्या
क्रॉस
अच्छा
कर
मारा
दिया.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think he's done his job. If I'm looking from Australia's perspective, if I'm Australia, I'm saying Boland has done his job. उसको पहला बॉल निकालना तो निकालो. Whatever he gets is a bonus for me.
But the thing, like the way I'm looking at it, चिकट जो मेरे दो प्लेयर हैं, Labuschagne and Smith, they're out. Alex Carey again, hit and miss in the sense of he's counter attacking, so you can't counter attack against this England bowling attack. You see they're getting the slightest of edges. Let it be Ollie Robinson, because Anderson ये गेम में ज्यादा दिखाने अपने को, to be fair, because बॉल उतना स्विंग नहीं हो रहा. अब ब्रॉड जिस तरीके से स्निक निकाल ले रहा, फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में भी अगर आप उसकी बॉलिंग देखो, he got 3 wickets. He was again the guy who broke the barriers and they started coming. Boland को ब्रॉडीज निकाला था लास्ट टाइम. तो मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक कैरी ग्रीन इनला इतने established players नहीं, when you compare them to a Labuschagne and Smith.
but तुम बोलेंड पे कहीं कोई इतना भरोसा रख रहे हो?
Boland, नहीं Boland पे भरोसा नहीं. I'm just saying, like you're saying, like even if Carey and Green come, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for Australia it's still scary as long as they
Yeah, I agree with that. That I agree with, but
I'm not saying Boland is going to go ahead be a Jason
No, he
Gilchrist
can.
or a 2-1. I'm
He
just
can.
saying, given
But
the
that's-
context of losing wicket,
Yeah.
and then like you said, the rain factor, that's
Yeah.
going to be any wicket that goes is going to blow Australia.
But he can. If Bolton adds another 20 runs tomorrow, right? That's
Yeah.
a huge bonus. मैं बोल रहा हूँ 5 run भी extra मारा उन्हें. It's a huge bonus because you saw England the way they batted today. Robinson, Broader, Anderson जो runs बनाए, that's very frustrating. And if Bolton can do that, everything is going to be a bonus for them. उन्हें 5 run भी मार दिया तो it's a huge thing. And you don't know the way he's batting right now. He could be the free lottery. He might be the guy who releases the pressure of Australia. We don't know.
Yeah.
But if he gets out, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm just saying in context of like move Boland ahead, Green Carey is still not as established. Travis Head is still again hit and miss. He likes to go short ball ka problem hai Travis Head. So England knows everyone's weaknesses, right? So if it rains, it starts moving. Pure ikhatta bhi, like you said. So every wicket that'll go will just play with their mind. Arey night watchman la liya, arey. But at the end of the day, I think it was the right call. 10 या 5 ओवर बाकी थे.
It was the right call.
Yeah,
And
it was
he
the
did
right
the
call.
job
Was,
also.
yeah. He did a very good job.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
13 run मारा. I think Khawaja again has to instill that confidence. वो सुला देना है, वो ball पुराना कर देना. Again, he has to take the whole day. They made 293 last time in one day. I think they have to do the same thing. 281 target है. They have 174 to go. ख्वाजा टिकना बहुत जरूरी है. ख्वाजा out हुआ, then it's Green, Carey, and yeah, वही पढ़ने वाले हैं रात भर.
I agree with you. Just your thoughts on the England bowling, though. Like, I mean, Broad was sensational. Moeen Ali has a big injury, and this is going to cause a problem. हमारे को नहीं मालूम उन्हें कल कितने ओवर डालने वाला है. If he was fit, Moeen Ali would have caused damage tomorrow. But right now, he has his own damage to look at. उन्हें हर बार finger को देख रहा था, बार, and you could see he's in trouble right now. So I don't know how many overs he's going to bowl. But even Anderson doesn't look at it. I don't know if the pitch is not helping him or what it is. He doesn't look at it. He sprayed a few deliveries down the leg side as well. Robinson was decent, but yeah, you think that you talked about the conditions and everything, but do you think this England bowling attack can pick up the 7 wickets?
They can, because if you see in if you see Australia's thing middle, like mostly Labuschagne and Smith to chalege, so that's a big of thing. A bulk of the runs that came last time were again from Green, Carey, and Pat Cummins, but they have these bowlers like Robinson and Broad जो एकदम से निकाल दे रहे हर wicket. Like you cannot put them out of the game at any point of time. Then you have someone like Stokes who will just come and probably bowl. I didn't see him bowl today the whole day. He might bowl tomorrow, right? So you have another bowler over there. You have Joe Root as an additional off spinner if the pitch does crack I mean, I don't know how it's going to be, but they have enough bowling. I know it's not the best bowling, like Nitish Bhai saying it's not a winning combination kind of thing, but yeah, jo pitch hai, it's still keeping them in a short ball. They'll attack Travis Head. Attacking field again, you see the silly points that'll come into play. Ollie Pope will stand right in front of. So they're doing different things. It's not just going to be dependent on their bowling. It's going to be them taking them catches. It's going to be them being active and alert in the field, scaring every batsman that comes in, and that's how I think they're going to. They probably just get over the line. Broad again might, like you said, Boland to chalo chale aayega. Then it's about those three who got the runs last time. I'm pretty sure, knowing Ben Stokes, you're gonna have a plan for these three. Cummins in particular, Cummins, Carey and Green. ये तीन ही है जो last time bulk runs हुए थे.
And thank God Ben Stokes didn't declare today when Henderson and Broad were batting, bro. Those were
I
very
thought he
crucial
would. He
runs.
was waiting in his whites में रुका हुआ था, ready to go bowling है. So I thought मेरे हिसाब से उन्हें शुरू कर देने वाला है, but it Anderson came out and hit a couple of good reverse sweeps.
Reverse, man.
Yeah,
Incredible.
he
There's a
came
guy on
first
Twitter,
ball.
Fez, who said that Anderson's going to reverse sweepers to 282, which is the score that England had
Score
in
England,
Edgbaston
yeah.
05. And he almost did that, bro. It was incredible.
Everything is going to 2005. Everything is going back to 2005.
The thing is, though, like, again, like, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I think after the test match, there will be questions on the declaration, leaving runs on the field and everything like that. But short selection from the main guys, Bairstow, Root, Brook, were you a bit upset because they all look good? And yes, I understand the way they batted. The runs that they got was because of the way their aggressive approach. So they did hit 127 runs in the first session. But again, is there anything that you wanted to comment, or you just accepted the fact, bhai, in log aise hi khelne wale, out ho gaye to out ho gaye, but at least they're getting runs also.
Yeah, see, for Root again, he came out of his comfort. He came out, got stumped.
Yeah.
So, but like, if I would have to just pick out one which was unlucky again, was Harry Brook. I mean, Harry Brook, the shot was there, but it was Labuschagn's smartness. Tum Labuschagne ko dekho, he took 2 steps to the right just before the ball was bowled, and that's what you have with Australia. Like वो presence of mind रहना कि नहीं इधर ही मारने वाला है, उन्हें पहले से जाके हट गया अगर आप देखो उसकी wicket. Ben Stokes ka to LBW again. It was again, DRS and whatever it is.
Me and you are the only guys in Hyderabad like who are Hyderabadi who rate Harry Brook. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be the only ones left in the world in a few days. But Harry Brook is insane, man. He's insane. 46 runs. आप लोग नहीं समझ रहे इसका talent like he's 21 बोला था मुस्तफा, he's 24. But he's really on his way in Test cricket. I think he'll be probably one of the like 8,000, 9,000 जल्दी लेने जो quickest 8,000, 9,000 लेने वाला. He's very good, man, for his age, and the bowlers that he's smashing it against are not small bowlers like Naseem Shah, like New Zealand में 100 मारा, so he's well on his way to like a good test career at least. I won't comment on his T20 approach yet because he's not proven. I can understand कि वहाँ पे खफा है अपना, but in terms of even an Ashes right now, the first and second innings, the runs that he उन्हें add करा was zabardast runs. I'm not making like fun. It's not like a sarcasm or something.
I know.
Doing.
I rate it very highly. I think that was an amazing innings.
Who I've actually been upset with is Moin Ali. Like Moin भाई से थोड़ा और उम्मीद थी मेरे को बैटिंग में. I know injury carry कर रहे हो, but दो भी टाइम उन्होंने बेकार में आउट हुए. I mean baseball ठीक है, but Moin Ali के पीछे पूरी crowd थी. You could have seen कभी-कभी Birmingham में बोल रहे थे, कभी-कभी Moin Ali बोल रहे थे यार. इतना हंसी आ रही थी. The crowd was behind him.
You know what chanted they have for Moin Ali is the same as the Yaya Toure Kolo Toure chant.
अच्छा.
But yeah, like I agree. Like मोइन अली भी ठहर गया था तो आज उसको शॉर्ट बॉल फिर से हुक करने गया.
But कहीं ना कहीं do you think Ben Stokes का ये प्लान था भाई सब ला आउट होना आज ही? I want to bowl to them today. Do you think Ben Stokes must have told their batsmen like that something? Yeah, he said कल तक मत करो.
No, he would have bowled today for sure. But either way, like even if they didn't get all out, उन्हें ठीक है आधे घंटे के बाद डिक्लेयर कर देता था.
If we're really going into the whole context of declaration, I don't think right now where it's standing, declaration has a very big problem. Like in the first innings, it's out of the symbol for me at least now. Like right now, 174, you have 7 wickets, you have a test match still in your hand.
But it'll be questioned after the match, right?
Yeah, now, it will. But for me now, like now that I'm thinking about it, it's fine. Like what he did and how they got him out. Khwaja again, one-man army. Again 34 or whatever he's on right now. He's well on his way. If David Warner Khwaja survived the whole day, then it would have been like much more evident. But Broad getting those 2 wickets, especially Stephen Labuschagne, I think.
My
उधर
question
थोड़ा
to him wouldn't be like, oh, like you left runs on the
declared.
pitch. They could have put on another 50. That's not going to be my question. If I'm sitting in the press conference, I'm going to say, Ben, you wanted to मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं उसके सामने जो,
हाँ.
but you wanted to entertain the crowd. But if you left Joe Root out there playing those reverse sweeps and stuff, I'm sure they would have been entertained in those last couple of minutes as well instead of declaring. That would be my
Mm.
question. You know what I mean? I will
Yeah.
be questioning his entertainment thing. If I tell him, bro, why did you declare, you left runs on the things, like, I don't give a crap about the runs. I want to entertain the crowd. My question would be, you'd still be entertaining the crowd because it's only day one. That would be my
Hmm.
question. Uh,
True.
Hanji.
No, I understand that point completely because any entertainment, as long as England is scoring runs, the fans will go, mayhem, and they'll be behind their team. But I still we completely can't put a finger on what the logic is. Like even if it's fan entertainment, maybe he was that confident that the ball will swing and move, and maybe he was too. Maybe उसको नहीं लगा कि उतना ही flat wicket है. There is some life in this wicket that they could probably get 2-3 wickets of Australia in the first, and that's what they were attempting. But फिर वो 30 overs जो भी 6 overs, so first day पे डॉक हो गया, फिर second तो बारिश हो गई, so certain things didn't work in his favor what he was thinking, right? So if he would have got like 10 to 15 overs, 2 wickets, 3 wickets on the first day, maybe ख्वाजा, maybe इन्हें उन्हें, and then no ball हो गया था ख्वाजा का, dismissal,
Yeah.
काफी चीजें
Exactly,
unexpectedly
exactly,
जो चीजें,
exactly, exactly.
so he's gonna
That's a
come
good
back
point.
with that answer. That's what Ben
Yeah.
was telling me, so that's what I would feel.
That's true. That's true. That's what he would say. That's true. 100%. I'll first I'm starting the timer. You have 60 seconds to tell me what's gonna happen tomorrow. You ready?
tomorrow tomorrow
What? Think about it. I'll give you 3 seconds to breathe.
नहीं नहीं डाल दो.
Let's go.
Broad is going to go on a hat trick, and then Carey and Green are going to do a bit of batting. Then Robinson is going to get Green, and then you see Pat come in and Carey. But I feel like kahin na kahin England is going to win this test tomorrow.
Bro, you took only 12 seconds.
I just have a feeling. I just have this feeling England is going to nick it because Australia might just succumb to the pressure. I just have this feeling.
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि
Though the ball is in their court, most it's like 60-40, like you said, but if they lose 2 quick wickets, and the first session is always important. I keep saying this: the first session of a cricket match is always going to be
yeah,
important.
and we're learning this every day. We're
ओवल
learning,
में देख लो अपन क्या
yeah.
देखे, फर्स्ट सेशन इंडिया के फेवर में जाता था, बट देन ऑब्वियसली सेकंड थर्ड, सो द मोर द बॉल इज लाइक अ बिट न्यू, द कंडीशन अ बिट फ्रेश, वो फर्स्ट हवा, फर्स्ट अर्ली मॉर्निंग एयर जो रहती, जो ब्रीज रहती, you can see Broad getting 2 wickets and 2 balls, and we saw that in the first innings as well.
I think tomorrow Pat Cummins is going to hit the winning runs and Australia is going to take the lead 1-0.
That's possible. That's possible.
I honestly wanted to go to the wire. Like, I don't want it. Like, abhi jab unne mare the Khwaja and thing unne jab Smith out hua, I started celebrating, bro, because I wanted to go close. Because
My dad started celebrating. That's the first time me and my dad were like, after a long time, we're sitting. He's like, "Yeah, kya match hai yaar?" This is, like he's like, he doesn't know what the name of the baseball was actually. Just like, "Arey, Ben Stokes lagi chhe, lagi chhe." I'm like, "Ah, nahi, lagi chhe ne." Like when we're standing right behind Moeen Ali, he started laughing. I've never seen this in my life. Like, I've never seen this in my life. These tactics are being, done by Ben Stokes. And mere hisab se, like you said, it's still 60-40 in Australia, but I just feel like this Ben Stokes has something on his
I
mind.
would be really happy if England win, like, because that means that thoda sa major collapse hona hai, it'll go down to the wire and anything. Australia can win this by like 4 or 5 wickets
4 or
also
5
if
wickets.
they bat well, right? But again, it all depends ऊपर क्या होने वाला है, sky में क्या होने, बारिश कितना होने वाली है, overcast कितना है, कितना swing होगा, so that, and
the worst would be rained out date. I would have been the worst thing that could happen for this.
I don't think I think we'll have enough time for a result. But the thing is, Fez, remember also overcast England become even more lethal. They become very dangerous.
Yeah.
Jamie will start cracking corn, bro, tomorrow. If it's like overcast, and that's it. I don't think England have bowled in overcast in this test match. Australia have, but England haven't. So they'll become a different kettle of fish. So that's what I'm looking at.
And with the way Broad जा रहा, जिस तरीके से उन्हें जा रहा, मेरे को वही लग रहा कि कहीं ना कहीं 2 विकेट अगर उन्हें ख्वाजा को खा लिया, and अगर उन्हें like पोलैंड भी चलेगा, फिर पैनिक बटन शुरू हो जाएंगे.
फिर पैनिक बटन. Wait, right now if I'm going in, if I'm Pat Cummins, I'm slightly happier than Ben Stokes, but tomorrow that can change in the first hour, right? Like so it's like that momentum swinging. But Fez pretty much wraps it up. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
No, man. I think a fantastic game of cricket on our hands. मेरे को तो, I mean, the way this test started out, the declaration, it set the tone. Then Australia's batting, जिस तरीके उस्मान भाई बैट करे, I think एक comment तो बनता उनके ऊपर, like he's something else. The resilience is too much in his mind, and yeah, the way he got out, probably unfortunate. He cut it ekdam se and lost the line of the ball. But abhi 2-3 shots that him and David Warner did again, that square cut, if you guys haven't seen those shots, I think I would ask you guys to go watch it. Pure class. Even Warner ka ek shot on the offside, it was too good. And yeah, it just set for perfectly like a proper Ashes thing. The whole environment, everything is going to be crazy tomorrow. You see a lot of people. I think it'll
आज
be
वनडे
booked.
था,
Yeah,
क्राउड देखे, फुल था.
yeah, yeah. Full. Every day is going to be full,
Who
man. This
says we
is
don't have time for test cricket, bro?
yeah, man. I'm watching every ball. मेरे को तो Sony Live ऐप भी चल रहा, मेरा कभी टीवी पे भी चल रहा. It's just something else. This test match.
Yeah, and I think that broad spell like even made us more excited. That just
Yeah.
changed like otherwise, we would be a bit more down in terms of as a neutral. You want to see like a good contest, and we have that right now.
Yeah.
Kal kuch ho sakta, all three results possible, and that's what you want going into the fifth day of a test match. And I'm sure this is why we were hyping it, bro.
Imagine it rains. There's 30 overs. Imagine it rains. There's like what, 40 overs, 30 overs left. And it's a proper 40, 50 over contest. I mean, that's possible. Like 2020 style khelna. Yeah, 20 over. Does Australia go for the win? Even Australia's tactic will be then counted in
First, the fields that he's setting, it was always my dream, even in amateur cricket, the league cricket, that I played, to set fields like that. I was never allowed to.
attacking
But,
fields.
bro, it's not even that. It's just weird. Like the umbrella wala khwaja ke liye, unhe straight fielder either, like two short mid-ons and mid-offs, like right next to the bowler, next to the pitch. I love it, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's funny because you never see these kind of positions that he's putting like एकदम सामने पूरे सामने खड़ जा रहे.
और बैट्समैन को सोचना पड़ता है, राइट? अरे इन्हें कहीं को आ गया मेरे बीच में, ये वो, it irritates them a bit. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it's probably to the catering to the all the times they've got out in the past. कहीं ना कहीं उधर से निकाल रहा footage के इन लोग किधर out हुए, कौन से position में out हुए, इन लोगों का strong point का है, where did they manage to hit most of the runs. Even Pat Cummins, for that matter, I think he bought long gone green a little bit ahead before. Who was that who got out? I forgot who it was, but that was also a very good piece of captaincy. Even like Pat Cummins as well as a captain, I think he's been great considering the fast bowling captain. It's always harder for them.
I think though, like they're a bit more on the defensive. Australia, if they attacked a bit more, right? It's like they've switched roles, both England and Australia. If they were a bit more aggressive, bro, in लोग 220 में allowed कर देते थे England को. वैसा, like ruthless Australia. That's how they think.
Whipping up the tail, yeah, that's where they probably missed Mitchell Stark, like we were talking about.
Exactly, and also like the fields that they were setting, and they didn't try that many short balls. Moeen Ali को एक डाले, but apart from that, they didn't pepper. 2-3 डाले उसको Robinson उन लोग को, मगर consistently नहीं डाले.
सबसे बड़ी चीज ऑस्ट्रेलिया की the review जो ना ले रहे, कुछ भी आवाज आती कि उन्हें
Labuschagne Steve Smith और Labuschagne पागल हैं दोनों यार. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. हर 2 सेकंड उन लोग they burnt all the reviews, bro, in the last innings.
So then whenever it's like a possible out, but I think Nathan Lyon, Pat Cummins again bowled fantastic. Like Poland with the overs in that, Josh Hazel probably were like 9 overs only in the whole second innings. But yeah, Pat Cummins 17, 18 overs back to back and 4 wickets. I think बहुत जबरदस्त bowler, बहुत जबरदस्त spell था.
100%.
But yeah, all in all, what do you make of tomorrow? Like before we leave, what do you think कल क्या होने वाला है?
कल पहले बारिश होने वाला है, थोड़ा सा डिले रहता, फिर उसके बाद कुछ भी हो सकता भाई. Anything can, when there's grass on the pitch, you have to play ball. Anything can happen. But if I could predict the exact prediction, then I'd be a millionaire tomorrow. But I really don't know what's going to happen. It could be anything. But I'm tipping Australia just because I feel that throughout the Test match, Australia just had their noses in front. Like it's been swinging. It's been very even, but even now, there's still 7 wickets in hand. If Scott Boland, for example, hits even 10 more runs, that frustrates England a bit more. It causes a bit more panic. And then you have Travis Head. He will play aggressive. If he gets out first 2 balls, like you said, he has a short ball issue, which England will want to exploit, and they will target him. But if he even gets, for example, 30 of 25 balls, that keeps getting them closer and closer to the target. And I think they got a good opening stand, which is helping them. But like I said, अगर अंधेरा हो गया एकदम से बॉल मिल गया एंडरसन को, पूरा गेम पलट सकता.
The main thing you said was intent between Australia and England, the difference of whipping out the tail. That's what England is going to do tomorrow. Despite whatever bowlers they have, everyone is going to be charged up. Everybody is going to make a lot of fun. Bairstow from the back is not going to shut up. So will Joe Root on the slip. He pumped up the crowd today as well. So वो बहुत सी चीजें आपको दिखने वाले, animation बहुत रहने वाला है कल. So that is where I'm probably tipping England off to put them under pressure and probably get 2-3 wickets like quick in the first session.
Yeah. Particularly match on Khwaja, but like the thing, the beauty of this Australian England team, they're actually not too dependent right now. Khwaja is the main player; he's playing amazing. But you have to remember, there's also Alex Carey there, who's batting so well. You got Travis Head over there, and you got Cameron Green. You actually have options. Even if Khwaja gets out, you have options to take this game deep. Whether they do or not is a different question. But if you look at it on paper, England still have to go through a process. ऐसा नहीं है कि Khwaja को निकालो और game जीत गए, right? And then Pat Cummins Cummins has runs under his belt as well. He scored 30 in the first innings. So both
Hmm.
the teams, the way they set up, even today, the way England's tail batted, it was fabulous. Like otherwise they'd be chasing 220, 230 right now. The partnerships
Hmm.
that Robinson, Moeen Ali, Robinson, Broad and Robinson, and then Anderson and Broad put
And
up, it was very effective. And Australia can do the same thing.
yeah,
Remember after Stokes got out, they still hit 60, 70 runs, which is crucial. So Australia
the
still
only
have a bit
way
of
you could have probably tipped Australia 100% was if they went Warner Khwaja 100 on partnership, and then it would
100%,
have been
yeah.
a win.
A
That would have
broad
been a
spell
different.
changes the whole complexion of the game. It brings England in. The weather can also change it even more in England's favor. Right now,
Mm,
like we mentioned, ki bhai, abhi bhi Australia are probably slight favorites, but कुछ
yeah.
भी हो सकता है 7 wickets. And we see, like, when you say, remember हम लोग कैसा बोल रहे थे WTC में 280 होना 7 wickets है, जीत जा सकते, कोहली मार देता.
जीत
भाई
सकते थे यार वो.
170 है अभी, 7 wickets,
Yeah,
170, 100 runs कम है, 7 wickets.
yeah. And we're saying
फिर भी
Australia नहीं कर सकते. Yeah,
फिर भी मुश्किल हो सकता, राइट? फिर भी मुश्किल
yeah,
होता. हम लोग तो
yeah.
क्या ख्वाबां देख रहे थे वो दिन, तो भाई
मैं तो
वो
केएस भरत सेंचुरी मारते समझे अपन तो.
and yeah, that like he was just short of a master class, but but because the start Australia got and their batting order, it gives me a bit of hope that they have a better chance of winning this. But like I said, it's like
Broad
Faz
2
keeps
and
saying,
2.
yeah, day
Broad 2 and
5 and
2.
everything, and yeah, and Broad, bro, this guy's changing my mind. मैं तो बोला निकाल के फेंको इसको, like
कैसा फेंकते हैं भाई उसको. ने बेस्ट
he's
बॉलर ऑफ
been
इंग्लैंड
no,
है this whole year.
but like in England, I would always play Broad, but I was saying subcontinent. मगर उन्हें subcontinent भी आप देखो ना, अच्छा डालता है. He's a very good bowler.
He's
Most
very
good
good,
bowler.
man. He's one of the best.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
it's pumping up the crowd, and the movement and the pace that he bowled at today was incredible.
yeah, 100%. And it's all on tomorrow. It's 174. For अभी तो 3 विकेट चले गए. अब देखना है पोलैंड कितना मारेगा. पोलैंड 100 मार के जेसन की लिस्टी कर दे रहा.
इन्हें प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है इंग्लैंड के लिए. मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगर पोलैंड का अगर विकेट ले लिए तो देन 50-50 होता था. अभी 55
Yeah.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फेवर में है.
That's wow. Poland
Bowling
adding 5%, huh?
because क्या होता है मालूम, it plays with the opposition, makes them really frustrated.
Yeah.
For example, imagine like you're coming into bat, it's me and you partnership, we're playing against these guys, we start hitting tuk 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 tuk, it becomes they start trying different things, and you just want to see the bloody back of you. It becomes more frustrating than like a proper batter batting over there.
Yeah, I think the way he started, he looks like a proper batsman. But
Bro,
yeah,
I thought first, I'll to be very honest with you, I thought उन्हें 3 balls से
first
ज्यादा
ball.
नहीं टिकने वाला है आज.
Right.
That's what I thought, because उन्हें बेकार था यार लास्ट, जब भी मैं देख रहा हूँ उसको बैटिंग करते हुए. But
Middle order batsman है यार वो. क्या बोले.
yeah. Just to end, I want to just congratulate Oman. This is my team in the qualifiers. They were incredible, bro. And my dad
Yeah.
actually told me about Oman like a couple of years ago, and the way they're developing as a team. I think the way they played against Ireland, outstanding. Everyone contributing in that batting order. The captain as well doing such a good job. He also contributed with the 50, I think. Yeah, Oman were sensational. Sri Lanka, Hasaranga picked up 6 wickets. They also won comfortably.
Yeah,
So
आराम से.
yeah, the qualifiers are going on right now. I think that's a massive win for Oman. They will be celebrating, they'll be partying, and beating Ireland. Remember, Ireland were playing in that last World Cup in 2011, right? In India, mein jo tha. And Ireland is a proper international team. उन लोगों को आप ऐसा हरा दिया तो it'll give them a lot of confidence. And this Oman team, they've improved, bro, and they've actually going ahead of the likes of UAE, Scotland, Netherlands, who we've seen quite a bit. Oman in the last 3-4 years have really improved.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, next match I think they have Oman versus UAE, which would be very close encounter, but it's gonna be good to see a new team probably in the World Cup, something fresh.
It's still unlikely, but yeah, hopefully.
Ireland is a big team that they beat, like you said, and like if they manage to like even beat UAE again and something like that, then we can see.
The captain Zishan Maqsood, he's the guy. Like I think he captained really well, and also batting ke saath unhe 50 mara. And the top, I think top 1, 2, 3, 3 out of 4 hit 50s, and then number 6 hit 46. Mohammad Nadeem. So everyone contributed. It's a proper team effort, I think, from Oman.
Yep.
So yeah, it's Venice Asural as well.
Oh yeah, he did. He was there right a few months ago.
So it's really good to see them like that. We'll bring you more updates on that as well. And Jatinder from Oman is also in GT20. Okay, Vinay. That's
Nice.
good information. Good information to know. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to Oman, also Sri Lanka. I mean, if Oman is his Sasural, Sri Lanka is his home. So
we need a summer home very soon.
Bro, मैं उसको खास तौर कॉल करके बोला भाई मेरे को कोलंबो में कुछ जुगाड़ करो मेरे फैस के लिए.
तो
वो नहीं
नहीं
कर
नहीं,
सकता, हाँ।
बड़ो नहीं बोल दिया क्या?
उन्होंने बोला मैं क्या करूं ये वो, मैं बोला पूछो यार, और राणा तुंगा है कल उतरना किसी से पूछो यार। फर्स्ट यू थिंक आई एम जोकिंग दैट वी वांट अ प्लेस देयर, वी नीड अ प्लेस देयर, राइट?
We gonna have to cover the Asia Cup, man.
Yeah, ideally if we have like a nice bungalow with the swimming pool that would be cool, but like it's fine otherwise.
The sweet life of Zach and Cody.
भाई फेस को थोड़ा सा वो लाइक अच्छा लग्जूरियस श्रीलंका दिखाएंगे, एंड विनय कैन टेल अस ऑल द टिप्स वेयर टू ईट एंड एवरीथिंग। देयर इज द संगाकारा जावेदीन रेस्टोरेंट देयर एज वेल। वो कौन सा है वो, क्रैब्स का, क्रैब कुछ है वो यार, वहां पे भी जाएंगे फैज अगर मौका मिला तो, अगर if विनय
We'll
arranges
hopefully ask Jatinder from Oman also to come down.
if Vinay arranges a nice package, hopefully we'll go and cover the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
ऐसा रहना कि we don't need to worry about anything. So होटल से
उतरते गया था
ground
जयवर्धना का घर, जसवीरा का घर, टपाटू का, ऐसा रहना देखो।
पूरा देख लेना, फिर उसके बाद अच्छा सी फेस कुछ बंगलो अगर विनय अरेंज कर सकता तो। He's
White
the only
dress.
guy, bro. He speaks the language as well, so like he can help us out, bro. क्या
Yeah,
सही
100%.
बोल
You
रहा
should
हूँ?
ask. Yeah, I'm not.
अरे तुम
I agree.
प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट
I
करो उसको।
देखो विनय, प्लीज भाई, अगर आपका नहीं श्रीलंका में घर वर है तो please help us out. We would like to go and cover the Asia Cup, get you the latest content. We'll give you a shout out in every of our live.
Everything, bro.
Every
Like,
live. Yeah.
we'll try to do, and if you can set up a interview with Russell Arnold or something, also we'll try to do that and we'll shout you out there as well. Yeah. No, I'm saying if you can do a Russell Arnold interview as well over there, if you can help us with that, then that'll be cool. We can shout him out there as well.
Everywhere. I went on the ground everywhere before every ball. We'll shout out.
It's an exotic place, Sri Lanka, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's why Vinay comes from there.
Yeah, Venice is exotic. But yes, that wraps it up. Fez, anything else you would like to add, or you want to wind it?
All about tomorrow, and
If I'm in a Peaky Blinders. Yeah,
That's
the
it.
whole Peaky Blinders, Tommy Shelby. But yes, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Fez. Thank you, Ibrahim Bhai, Punter, Vinay, Nitesh Bhai, Fez, Bhaichan, Nitesh, Nihal, Ibrahim Bhai, everybody who joined us. Kal bhi judo hamare saath. Hopefully, we'll get a few other content pieces out as well. And yeah, take care, everybody. Fez, you can do the honors.
Thanks, Vinay.